Yo, what's going on? This is the NRW, where nerds rule the world. It's your boy, Kuya P, aka Patrick Michael Strange, and I'm back to do our weekly show with the homies, but a lot of the homies are busy, so it's just me and Bobby Big Balls, aka Rob Medina from You're So Cool, that's just chugging along, because Loy's, I don't know what Loy's doing, if he's moving, if he's grooving, what's going on with Loy? Much love to our homie Loy, but
it's probably the latter.
Glenn Lawrence just recently purchased a brand new home and is getting all that together, as well as having that little one, which makes it kind of a difficult transition when you're getting a house to go together and you have, you know, a very small child. So all my love to Glenn and the family getting that all together. But yeah, Glenn and Loy are busy. So still swinging is me and Bobby Big Balls. Robert Medina, how are you, sir?
I'm kind of still trying to wake up from the day because I slept in really late last night doing some last minute stuff, and I'm like, I was literally finishing work, and as I'm getting myself prepared to do some other things in preparation for this as well too, I was falling asleep with what I was doing after work, and I was like, holy shit. So I had to splash some water in my face, like quite literally.
Yeah.
And go for a quick 5-minute walk outside to get some fresh air. And I was like, it's cold outside.
Yeah, put a sweater on. Strangely cold today.
Because it was so warm yesterday. It was beautiful yesterday. I loved it.
It's been warming up, and then all of a sudden today, I don't know what is going on. Mother Nature is playing tricks on us. But it's cold today. It is really cool today.
So I kept the sweater on just because I went for the walk and then came back and I was like, still chilly. I don't know. So I didn't turn the heat on because I don't like to use heat at the house. I personally don't. My wife does. She blows that shit up.
I'm not a heat person. That's my wife too. Yeah. So you're not the same way.
So yeah, you know what I'm feeling.
Man. Don't do that. Keep it right steady.
It's 65. It's freezing cold. It's like, it's perfect. But that's just her. But anyways, that's holding the conversation for another day here. But
I feel that. So yeah, man, it's crazy weather, but in a crazy week. There's a lot of projects, films that are dropping this week. It's insane, and it's my pick this week. So I whittled it down to a few. I will let you know that there's a couple in here that are really good, and so I actually probably would recommend them over my other picks this week, but I wanted to give something fresh. And actually, I think Rob, is doing a review on one of them, so you'll see that. So I don't want to. I want to give the time to something else. So yeah, you'll see. We'll get into it in just a second. But before we do that, I almost forgot. What new You're So Cools or anything that you have coming this week, Rob?
Yeah, so I got a new You're So Cool episode dropping this week with a queer band called Middle Aged Queers. This is, man, I came across this group kind of by chance through social media through a record company called Sell Your Heart Records, I believe. I'm probably butchering it, but forgive me if I am. But I had heard their music. I love punk music. I've grown up listening to punk music, and it's always nice to hear something that's new to me, and hearing that it's a queer band, hearing their story, I was all in checking them out, and they were kind enough to give me the time out of their day to speak with them about their upbringing, among other things as well too, learning about how they view things as far as the industry is concerned, among other things as well too. So I had so much fun with them, and I will say that these are a group that you guys should all be on the lookout for, because there's some really talented musicians out there, and with what they're going to be doing in the upcoming tour they have coming down this as of this recording this month and the later parts of the year, I'm really excited to see what they're going to be doing. Hopefully people will be able to check out their shows and help them get some more awareness, to get more opportunities to do bigger as well. So I got that in the works. A few reviews in the works as well too. Some of them are still the hush hush just because of the embargo, but apart from that though, I got one review that'll be dropping this week for sure. I may have another one coming up possibly the next week or two. And I have another one I'm going to work right now, trying to manage my schedule here, because some things started piling up at the last minute. But otherwise, that's pretty much it for me at this time.
All right. So content coming your way from our man, Bobby Big Balls, a.k.a. Rob Medina. Again, as y'all know, I've been putting in a lot of work with NBC, covering a lot of American Song Contests. Last week, talked to all the performers last week again. And so all of those interviews, I was so busy last week that I wasn't able to get none of them up. So I have all of those interviews from the week 4 contestant performers coming. I did get a chance to talk to Riker Lynch of R5 / the Lynch family. Ross Lynch, those Disney kids. But Riker Lynch was one of the competitors. He competed in week 3. He and I got together outside of the junkets and had a nice long conversation about performing in American Song Contest as well as his filmmaking goals. So stay tuned to that. That's already available up on YouTube. I talked to Brian Charles Edwards, I believe, the writer director, as well as the star Camilla Rutherford of Father of Flies. It's an amazing horror film that dropped last week. That's now available everywhere. Really good film, really scary film. Check out my interview with the two of them. And a whole nother slew of American Song Contest interviews coming this week, because as of this recording this evening will be week 6 or week 5 or whatever. And there's a ton of, I'll be talking to all the performers there as well. One of them being Cisco. I'm a huge fan of Cisco and Drew Hill.
Damn.
So he's one of the performers tonight. So just a ass ton of interviews. I think I have about 30 interviews in the pipeline that I have to edit and post up. It's crazy, y'all. So just a ton of content. Oh, and show for this week, my heart. Paolo Chiquiamco, an amazing author, writer, comics creator of Myth Space Ignition, which is a current Kickstarter campaign for that re-release of the original Myth Space, which talks about Philippine mythology, all of those creatures, crazy from that. It's a graphic novel that was black and white before. It's now got recolored, expanded. The Kickstarter campaign is already fully funded, so now they're trying to reach the stretch goals. That finishes up this week as of this recording. So if you want to jump in and get some of those cool goals and just get this amazing Philippine comic, support Myth Space Ignition. And again, my interview with Paolo Chiquiamco dropping. I'm probably going to have that out as of today of this recording, in between me getting those other interviews tonight, because I got to get my shows out on Monday. I'm putting in work, y'all. And, with Bobby and just everybody, I think we got some reacts coming, some reviews coming. Yeah. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. I'm starting to lose it. Bobby usually prides me in remembering everything, but I think I'm starting to lose it right now. It's just too much. It's too much, y'all. So with that said, Robert Medina, you ready to get into my picks for this week?
I'm curious to see what you got, man, here, because I have no idea what you're going to select.
Okay, well, that's part of the game. That's part of the game. So there's a ton of films dropping this week that I wish I could select them all. And as I said earlier, some of them I was had the blessing of checking out in advance when they were on the festival circuit, and just also getting early screeners. So I just want to give these films a shout out real quick before I give you my actual picks. First pick out the gate. Well, not first pick, but just showing love. Petite, Maman. An amazing French film that really touched my heart. It's going to come out in New York and LA this week. If you're in New York or LA, I will say I'm an empath. I'm a very emotional person. I feel a lot of things with what the world is going on. It's one of those type of films. It's a tearjerker. It really hit my heart. It's triggering if you've lost somebody in that respect, because it kind of takes the story's centered around a death and then kind of moving onward from that. And it's such a beautiful film, though, and I can't highly recommend that enough. And check out Petite Maman if you're in New York and LA. And then I'm assuming it's going to get an even wider release very soon. And I believe Rob Medina might be dropping a review on that. I'm not sure yet as well.
Yeah.
Did you check it out? What did you?
I did check it out. I did. And I have nothing but great things to say about it here. So that's one of the reviews that I'm going to be looking out to be dropping here. I'm just trying to see what the timing for the release embargo is going to be for that. But otherwise, that's a film, man. There's so much I can say about the movie. But
I your heart, bro, too.
Yeah, it did, man. It really got to me. But here's the thing, though. It's a unique movie for so many different reasons, how they're taking on that story. And I got to give the filmmakers a lot of props, and everybody. I'm talking about everybody, including the two little girls. Phenomenal. That's what I'll say about my review so far.
There we go. There you go. Sign off on both of us there. Also, Marvelous in the Black Hole. I saw this amazing film when it was on the festival circuit. It stars Mia Czech as well as Rhea Perlman. Just a great little film about a teenage delinquent who hooks up with a magician, played by Rhea Perlman. The teenage delinquent is Mia Czech. I've been a fan of Mia Czech for a long time. I've interviewed her on NRW. She's just a young superstar in the making. I've talked to her parents. Shout out to Aaron and Greg. Just this young starlet. She's I forgot what Nickelodeon show when I first met her and interviewed her for that, but just Mia's just been doing her thing. It's just, you love to see young stars that have that skills, and she's done so many different projects. And then when she did this in the indie film Marvelous in the Black Hole, which I found out through those other interviews, I had to check it out. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a young star. So shout out to Mia, man. It's now getting a limited release, and then it will be, I'm sure, getting an even larger release. But it was in the festival circuits for a long time. But shout out to Mia, shout out to the whole Czech family, and Rhea Perlman, man, she's a legend. Yeah. It just shines in Marvelous in the Black Hole. Check it out if it's playing near you. And there you go. There's some other awesome films, and I think I'll actually do a reaction with my man Rob in a little bit as well, just to show some love and light to that. But let's get to the top pick for the week. You ready to do that, brother?
Let's do it, man.
All right, first up, I have The Bad Guys. It's an animated film for the whole family.
I've heard about this one. The volume is kind of low on this one. Can you hear the volume? There we go.
Mostly you two. Mr. Piranha, he's brave and crazy. What's up, Bubba? And Mr. Shark, master of the
I'm curious about the animation style they got with this here.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. I actually kind of like it.
Mm-hmm. It feels, the real, and then they like animated on top of real shots.
It has a really like a weird comic book film to it.
Yeah. I dig it.
I like the style. Yeah, I'm starting to dig it more.
It's always good to explore different takes.
Yeah. I gotta say that suit is pretty pimping on that wolf.
So what do you think of this concept story-wise?
Bad
guys are going to become good guys to
so far the approach they're taking with this here, from what I can gather, I don't know. I'm not completely sold on it. I'm really interested in the animation. I love the way the film looks.
The visuals is kind of
that's what I'm more intrigued with.
Yeah.
The story, not so much.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm totally. The story is just okay. Yeah.
But that suit, man, I'm digging that suit. So we got the crew are kind of split about how they're going about things here. Yeah. I'm not against the story. I guess it's the execution for what I'm seeing so far is not really clicking for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, like I kind of feel like we're getting everything in the trailer.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
we didn't even know who's voicing the characters. I couldn't even recognize half the voices there.
Let's see here. We have Sam Rockwell.
Okay. Who's the wolf?
He's all right. Yeah, he's the wolf, Mr. Wolf. Yeah. We have Mr. Snake, played by Mark Marone from Glow. Mr. Shark is Craig Robinson from Hot Tub Time Machine and just other amazing stuff. Anthony Ramos from In the Heights is Mr. Piranha, and Miss Tarantula is Aquafina. Yeah, some notables in there, but I don't know, not fully grabbing me as well either. The visuals, though, the style of it is different, so that is intriguing me as well. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in between on that one.
Yeah, I would only watch it honestly if my nieces or if my son like, hey, I want to watch this movie. That would be my incentive to watch it, just to see the reaction. But yeah, overall, it doesn't really catch my attention other than the visuals. That's
all right. Yeah. So I kind of picked that one as a family pick because I'm a family man, and and animated films are always kind of fun. And again, the style really caught my eye.
Yeah.
So for my top 2 picks, I was kind of going back and forth on this because of the
juggling
word
act.
of mouth on the one I eventually gave my top pick. That's why it went out, because I'm hearing more amazing stuff about that one than what eventually landed at number 2. Although I'm intrigued immensely for both. So the one that failed, the one that lost out, is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, the Nicolas Cage joint. So here we go. Still looks amazing though.
Yeah, the volume though still up. Oh, Lionsgate's project. I love that. Nicolas Cage, man, that dude is a truly incredible man. I like him as an actor.
He's had some winners and he's had some duds.
Yeah, he definitely has some misses. Pedro Pascal.
NPH is awesome.
I like NPH. Dookie.
What is your favorite movie? That's one of those questions that's impossible to answer. You can't just limit it to one.
I'm just intrigued with the fact that they're clearly more or less kind of like poking fun at him, but they're doing it in such a I'm not gonna say tasteful, but
there's respect. No, there's respect there.
There's respect behind it. Yeah, I was gonna say,
and you got to be able to laugh at yourself if you're.
Yeah.
You know who you are as a person.
Yeah.
No one can question that man and what he's done.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a good actor though. I like him. Tiffany Haddish.
I'm 44 years old. Why the fuck would I see Cruise 2? I've seen Face Off and Con Air.
Right.
Dude, I love Con Air. I think that movie's awesome.
One of the most ruthless men on the face of this planet. You to help the U.S. government. Find the way into that wrong name.
This is kind of weird. It kind of reminds me of that Amazon original show, Jean-Claude Van Johnson. Sort of reminds me of that.
My golden guns? They're my golden guns. I don't want to kill you.
I love that part right there.
Yeah. Face Off. That's a Face Off reference right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Dropping this week, y'all.
Yeah.
So, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Is that a film you're gonna go head out to see?
I would see that in theaters. Yeah, I would pay to watch that. That looks really good, man. I remember when I think the first really came out a while back. That was really caught me by surprise. I just thought it was gonna be kind of like more or less like a cheesy take on that, or on that self-awareness type of poking fun of Nicolas Cage. But no, man, this was done very well. I think I've heard good things about the film, a lot of good things about the movie. So I'm curious to see what else is going on in that film. That that I'm hoping that this will more or less kind of revitalize Nicolas Cage's career in a more mainstream way, if you will. So I'm hoping that would be the case here for this movie, because Nicolas Cage, man, he's one of those guys that you put him in something, the film may not turn out as well, but he's good in the movie. That's one thing you can always say about him, at least in my opinion.
I think he's fine just where he's at. Yeah. He's doing great films, independent films.
Yeah.
He recently did a film Pig that we reacted to, and we reacted initially when this first trailer dropped for this film. Yeah. He's calling Pig his best work. I saw in a recent interview that he did, and he's making films that I think are better. And then who's to really define mainstream? Mainstream is just a little bit more money, more budget.
Yeah, of course.
It's all about telling a good story, and not always do quote unquote mainstream films tell good stories. So I think the man's sitting in a pocket right where he's at. He's beloved by Hollywood. He's gonna get work that he needs to get. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't think he needs to change up for anything personally.
Well, no, I know you're getting it, but so, I would love to see him. It's gonna sound really redundant for me to say this here, but I would love to see him more or less kind of like in an action role. but in the same vein as like John Wick or the Taken roles, like something to that effect, like for Nicolas Cage. I think he can do
he's already
something
doing
like that,
man. Yeah.
with franchise right now.
I wouldn't say it needs to be franchised, but he's already doing certain films of that degree.
Yeah, but I want him.
So
I would like to see that at a bigger budget, because I think he can do something really interesting with that. With giving,
he's done that. I don't know.
He's done it with other action films back in the 90s.
Done that. You know what I'm saying?
In the 90s,
he's done that, and it all depends. But I think there's already that kind of work already there for him, and he's also, I'm sure, getting offered that. And it's not probably just he's a legend actor, and so he's choosing the films he wants to work on. So yeah, I think I'm coming at it from an actor standpoint as well, and filmmaking standpoint, from that standpoint, that from me personally as an actor, that kind of nothing against what you're saying, but for press and what's crazy is I'm pressed too. But when not to put it on you, but because you made that statement, but when that kind of statements are made about us in the industry that are doing it, it can be taken negatively, y'all are not really understanding what. No,
I'm not coming from that perspective. I think that I think he's able to do something really unique with that particular type of character, where in that particular form of storytelling. But I believe he does something. He can do something different with that, because I think I love him in action films. That's the stuff that I enjoy him the most. I think he's great in Leaving Las Vegas and other films he's done as well too. But the action films Raising Arizona is another film I think he's great in. But when you look at what he's done, they are so good, in my opinion. The Rock, Face Off. What else you have? A Con Air.
Yeah, we know his history, but I'm just saying
right. I'm just saying that, but like I would love for him to do another action film of that sort, but being at the age that he's in right now, but do something different with that, because I think he's really, I think he can do something different to change that genre, and because I think he's really.
No, what I'm saying, you're missing my point. What I'm saying is he's able to do whatever he wants to do. You're saying your statement was that you're hoping he's able to, or that he will now be able to, as if this is a gateway for him to now get that type of work again.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He's already getting that kind of work.
Then. Yeah,
it's on him, and it's on us to choose. He has that ability now. He's an icon.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think that. I think I miss. So that's
okay.
With how I came across with that. Yeah, that's not how I meant it though. But yeah, I see what you're coming with it now.
Yeah, because when we hear stuff like that, like I'm not Nick. I can't speak for Nicolas Cage. It's just like, bruh, I can do that if I want to. You know what I'm saying? So
I understand, but that's not how I meant it though. But I
feel you. I got you.
I when I explain it now, I think about it. Yeah, it came off the wrong way. That's not how I meant it by any means. But
it's
I see it makes sense now.
It's all good. No, we've clarified that now, man.
Yeah,
so all the love, brother.
Nice.
So with that being said, so a lot of positive buzz about that film. I'm looking forward to seeing that film.
Yeah.
But this film, I kind of was on the fence on. We did a reaction to it.
Yeah.
But I've heard so much positive stuff about it. And I will say, to me, it still looks like a Conan clone, but just redone in Norse mythology now. But I'm a fan of Conan, and you can't get away from it. I'm talking about the Northman, y'all. Here's the latest trailer for Northman, my top pick. I'm hearing so much good shit about this.
Same.
You can't tell me this looks dope, Rob.
I'm not doubting that at all. That shit looks really good.
Were you a Conan fan too?
Yeah, I never read the comics, but I love the movies. Well, at least just the first one, I should say.
Yeah,
the second one was okay.
But yeah, like beat for this. This is so Conan. But you know what? Fuck it, I'm in.
Well, I heard it's actually based on more or less kind of like a real life story.
Well, almost
Viking,
all. A lot of stuff is based on the same kind of base stories.
Yeah.
So.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, just the camera work. Everything looks so insane about this.
I love how they put that little quote, "Holy shit," as a review.
Yeah.
I love that. We should do that whenever they ask us.
Hey, one of these days, one of our quotes is going to be pulled in there.
Say, "Fuck yeah," that's all it's
called a pull quote. I've submitted a few, but it is what it is. We'll get in there one of these days.
I cannot escape my fate.
I'm curious if that's actual
Scandinavian.
Whatever that they pulled it.
Yeah.
There we go, y'all. There it is. The Northman takes the top prize for me this week. It just looks fucking dope as sick. And again, I'm a Conan guy. It's Conan vibes all through. And some friends that I respect their opinion saw it early out in LA, and they're like, "Yeah, man, it's all good." So I'm dying to see it.
So the hype is real.
The hype is real.
Hype is real.
I was a little nervous at first, and still am.
Here.
And again, I know it's Conan, but at the same time, why am I complaining? I love Conan. It's just now Norse style Conan. So I'm gonna enjoy it. So there you go. Those are my picks for the week. Bad Guys, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and The Northman. You're good with those picks? Do you think I picked the top three that you would have chosen out of the list this week?
I think I would have, except for Bad Guys. I don't think I would have picked that one out. I think I would have skipped. I would have chose something else over that one. But definitely Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent and The Northman would have been my top two easily. And then,
gotcha.
Yeah, and then Petite Maman.
Petite Maman I wanted to put in there. Marvelous and Black Hole I wanted to put in there. But I unfortunately I was also trying to think wider appeal. So those are why they kind of didn't make that pick. And actually the film that I was gonna maybe give it to outside of Bad Guys was this film called Spiritwalker. So stay tuned, y'all. I'm actually gonna have Rob watch this once we're done recording this, and we're gonna do a reaction to Spiritwalker. And you'll see why in a second. And also the reason why I didn't choose Spiritwalker is it's now streaming. It actually came out, I believe, in 2021 last year, but it's now getting a streaming release, and so that's also why I didn't make it. Let it have the top three, because it was already put out there, and now it's here from Korea streaming. So that's why. So you'll see our reaction in just a second. But before we get up out of here, Big Bobby, Big Balls, Robert Medina. How can they reach out to you and so they can let you know what they think about me and like that dude's a loser? Why do you let him pick, or just pick this?
No, if you're gonna say
they reach out to you,
if you're gonna say shit about KP, you can just keep that to yourselves because I won't have any of it here. But you all can follow me and say shit about me on my socials, on my Instagram and my Twitter at Mr. Rob Medina, and on Facebook, it's gonna be just Rob Medina. And I also got the show social media account on You're So Cool Rob Medina with Instagram, and on Twitter You're So Cool WRM.
There you go. Give the homie some love. Give them some follows, some likes, some subscribes. We don't charge y'all for this, man. So just show us some love by paying us back with some love and give us a follow or a subscribe or a like. That's all we need. You know what I'm saying? It goes a long way. Seriously, for everything we're doing, we'd appreciate it. So for me, your boy Kuyapi, it's the legend Kuyapi on Twitter, TikTok, and IG. Of course, Show Pal Show for all that Filipinx content. And here with Robert Medina, Glenn Lawrence, Loy Lee, the whole squad at the NRW and at Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. We'll see y'all next week, people.
Adios, people. Peace.
Deuces. All right. There we go.